Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Raila Odinga has rejected the results by Wafula Chebukati, which declared William Ruto the president-elect of the Republic of Kenya following the bitterly contested general election. At the same time, the four commissioners also issued comprehensive statement why they don't want to be associated with the results which Wafula Chebukati announced. I want us to do a critical analysis of Raila Odinga's rejection of the results. Before we do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, I want you guys to take a second or two, click that subscribe button, so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. I want to be brief, and I want you also to keep this as a reminder. Tomorrow we'll also go live. We are reaching an agreement that will be going live on Wednesdays and Fridays, or Wednesdays and Saturdays. So Wednesday is already agreed. Maybe you could also suggest the other day whether it should be Friday or Saturday, and the time should be around 8 in the evening, or maybe 7:30 in the evening for 1 or 1.5 hours. Now, let us get to the main issue. Yesterday, Wafula Chebukati declared results, and those results were disowned by 4 commissioners. 2 other commissioners absconded that announcement. So which means Wafula Chebukati made the announcement alone. And it was expected that Raila Odinga was going to reject those results. He has already rejected those results. And the 4 commissioners also made their comprehensive statement today. And from where I am, the 4 commissioners are going to be part and parcel of this legal battle. They are going to aid the Azimio team in disowning the results. The 4 commissioners raised 3 issues today. One of the issues they are raising is about tallying. That the tallying of those results are actually a mathematic absurdity. That they don't make sense. Because if you tally those results, if you tally all of them, the percentage which Wafula Chebukati himself posted, they total up to 100.01%. And Kenyans are currently busy calculating and giving the meaning of 0.1%, what it means in terms of the total votes cast. So the first issue they are raising is the tallying. The second issue they are raising is that the results which were declared by IEBC did not indicate registered voters, total votes cast, and rejected votes. Because by law, that's supposed to happen. For those who follow this channel, yesterday I opined on this platform that if you looked at those results, there's a way some 300 votes were added at the polling stations. And that majority of those results, the registered votes, total number of votes cast, and rejected votes are not tallying. The truth is, if you have registered votes in a constituency, and then you have the turnout of which the turnout should be valid votes, then there is the votes which are received by each aspirant. If you add the votes received by aspirants and the votes which are rejected, the spoiled one, they should tally. I see something here, because these commissioners, they are insiders, so there's something they know. So let us wait and see what they'll have. And the third thing they are raising is the issue of the minor K petition. And that minor K petition has also been quoted by Raila Odinga, and it says that unless a unanimous decision is reached, a decision on any matter before the commission shall be by a majority of the members present and voting. So which means for Wafula Chebukati to go outside there and announce the results, before he's given that result to announce, the commissioners must sit and vote and agree that these are the results. So that even if Wafula Chebukati is going out there alone, then it's up to him. Although there are people, others who are claiming that Wafula Chebukati is the returning officer. And if you listened to the 4 commissioners, they were very, very clear that Wafula Chebukati is not the returning officer per se, that he should be acting for and on behalf of IEBC. So those are some of the 3 issues these 3 commissioners raised. Remember, we are going to face serious legal battle. So the 4 commissioners cannot give us more than what they've given us. The rest will be before the court of law. Now let us go to Raila Odinga. I want to briefly try and go through his statement, just part of it, and he's saying the constitution and our laws are clear about how IEBC should conduct its business. There is no more important role for the IEBC than conduct, transmission, and tallying of presidential results. Raila Odinga is insisting that the most important role of IEBC is to conduct election, transmit, and tally of the presidential result. We are painfully aware of past political biases by IEBC that plunged this country into its darkest chapter. The terrible memories of the aftermath of 2007 elections are still fresh in our midst. In 2017, the Supreme Court of Kenya nullified the presidential elections again because of misconduct of IEBC. What we saw yesterday was a travesty and blatant disregard of the Constitution and the laws of Kenya by Mr. Wafula Chebukati and a minority of IEBC commissioners. Chebukati and a minority commissioners, the law is clear of the role of the chairperson. I want you to listen to that. Raila is saying the law is clear on the role of the chairperson of IEBC. The law does not vest in the chairperson the power of a dictator to rule the IEBC unilaterally. The IEBC is structured as a democratic institution in which decisions must be taken either by consensus or by a vote of the majority. The chairperson and a tiny minority of commissioners have no legal authority to take weighty decisions and proclaim them as the ruling of IEBC. So we are going to watch the legal battle. I am sure that the the Azimio brigades are already assembling their lawyers. I am also sure that William Ruto and his brigades are also assembling their lawyers. So the Supreme Court will be the judge. But for me, Raila Odinga is looking into 4 things. The first thing which I'm sure they're likely to look at is recount of the votes. In 2017, that was one of the things they demanded. In fact, even in 2013. But the votes were never recounted because there's going to be the issue of the KEMS kit, the number of people who voted on the KEMS kit, and there's also going to be the issue of the manual votes. So someone will have to go and get into the boxes, and those boxes are going to be counted afresh. So that if Raila Odinga got 11 votes in Gatundu South, the way it was alleged, those should be in the boxes. If he got 10,000 in Gatundu South, for example, then those will be found in those ballot boxes. So that's one of the things they are going to demand, that because IEBC cannot give us the actual figures. If you listen to the 4 commissioners, they are very clear on the voter turnout. They are very clear on the valid votes, spoiled votes, against the votes which were cast. So which means someone will have to go to the ballot boxes and count. Already I know, because this operation is also intelligence based, I know for sure that already they know specific areas they're going to target. So that's number one. Number two, Raila Odinga and the team will also be going to that court, in my opinion, to seek for declaration by the Supreme Court to announce Raila Odinga as the winner of the election. I've been talking to a few guys and they're telling me that in 2002 in America, Bush was actually declared the president by Supreme Court. So which means Supreme Court can order for the recount. Once the recount is done, Raila Odinga is winning. Then, if that's going to be the case, then the Supreme Court will simply order the IEBC to declare Raila Odinga as the president of the Republic of Kenya. That's something they are likely to go for. I'm not sure, but if that will happen, then it's going to change a lot in terms of setting precedents in this country. The third thing which they are going to seek, in my view, is the nullification of the results. And the court, they love to convince the court that indeed there was serious vote rigging, that the figures which IEBC announced were not the true figures, that Wafula Chebukati acted in disregard of the law. So a nullification is something which they are likely to go for. In that case, it means that we are likely to go for another election, which means they have 7 days to file the petition, 14 days for the Supreme Court to decide. And once that's done, then if the elections will be nullified, then 3 months, by November, we are going to have another election. If the election will not be nullified, then William Ruto will be sworn in. But there's a challenge because Wafula Chebukati's term in office is ending. So which means Wafula Chebukati, if you are going to go for a rerun, will not be one of the commissioners. So we are going to have 6 commissioners. And out of those 6 commissioners, we are seeing the way 4 commissioners are behaving. So your prediction of that outcome can always be told. And lastly, I think Raila Odinga might be going to the courts for the future of this country. Because if you look at the last Supreme Court ruling, it's actually what has guided this particular election. Now Kenyans are realizing that the IEBC Commission, something which was never envisaged, that there can be a split in IEBC commissioners. And it doesn't, the law is not clear on what happens. And the law is also not clear whether Wafula Chebukati can actually just go ahead and announce results, even if the commissioners are not in agreement with those results. And therefore, the questions Kenya will be asking is whether they should continue paying heavily 7 commissioners when the chairman alone is enough to do the job. Thank you guys. Until next time. But tomorrow we'll have the live show. So I'll be waiting for you guys here, right here. Thank you, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.